The final mile gets the smile. Every mile counts, but the final mile matters the most. I had an example of the highest professional service on Friday, July 3, 2023. Actions speak louder than words, so I will include video in this review. I used my phone to record video from my security system. I was called by dispatch Friday, June 30, 2023 at 11:51 a.m. She notified me that my $8,450 engine block would arrive Monday, July 3, 2023 between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. She told me the driver would call me, and that she would tell him to try to call me 30 minutes before arrival. This was bill of lading DTR 0350878485 and was delivered on truck number 53067 by driver I'll call Mr. Listless. Here comes Mr. Listless. No phone call. No text. Note the time on the clock from my camera system. Mr. Listless reaches down at 12:31 and 7 seconds, and by 12:31 and 8 seconds, one whole second later, Mr. Listless has turned away from the door to return to his truck number 53067. I was sitting in my office working quietly at my computer waiting for a phone call, or the doorbell to ring. But the doorbell is located up and to the left of where Mr. Listless was reaching. Mr. Listless did not open my glass storm door, nor did he knock, both of which I would have heard. Let us watch Mr. Listless in action once again in slow motion. Watch the digital time display. Meanwhile, I continue silently working at my computer because no sound was made. I am a musician, and I have trained hearing. I have no idea delivery was being made, and I am too busy to sit by the window watching for a delivery. My cars were parked in front of my house. I wanted Mr. Listless to drive 2 houses north, turn into the alley, drive 2 houses south, and then unload the pallet on my driveway. My 3-car driveway was empty. I honor people's work by being prepared. Mr. Listless goes to unload, having done his due diligence to notify me. He did walk all the way to the door, getting his steps in. It took a lot of effort to be quiet. Mr. Listless places my pallet curbside in the street. Unfortunately, my neighbor's car was stolen, and he came by to ask me if I could help him with video from my cameras. This was after Mr. Listless unloaded my pallet, but had not left yet. Mr. Listless did not seem to be in a big hurry to get to his next delivery. Let's see how long it takes me to get to the door after the bell rings. "12:37 and 28 seconds. Ding dong. 12:37 and 48 seconds. I answer the door, 20 seconds. 12:37 and 55 seconds. Wait. He's not the driver. Why is the engine sitting there? My neighbor tells me the guy just left that. 12:38 and 3 seconds. I go to talk to Mr. Listless. I go to the passenger door and attempt to talk to Mr. Listless, and he motions me to come around to the driver's door and lowers the window. I speak to him standing on the driver's side fuel tank/step. I explain I was supposed to get a phone call and I wanted the pallet brought around back and the driveway was clear. Mr. Listless replies that it was curbside delivery only. He was told to contact me first with a phone call. I am assuming no communication failures between dispatch and Mr. Listless. Neither vendor or logistics told me it would be curbside delivery only. I have had flatbeds deliver cars into my garage. I offer Mr. Listless $20 to put the pallet on the lift gate, ease around back, and drop the pallet. Mr. Listless, you'll have to make it worth my while. Me? How about $40? Mr. Listless, you'll have to make it worth my while. Now I feel that it has become an extortion. Mr. Listless figures that the 64-year-old man either lacks tools or strength, or is good for some real money for doing what every other trucker had been happy to do in the past. Me. Yelling in his face, "Suck my dick, Mr. Listless, see, this is why I wasn't." "Bullshit, you weren't going to do it anyway." I got off the truck and decided how I would move the 40 inches by 48 inches by 26 inches pallet weighing 425 pounds myself without a pallet jack. See DTRO 350874885 at the end of this video. Note: I probably said fuck you too. That bastard. I'll get my piano dolly and move it myself. Note: at 12:44 and 26 seconds I flip off Mr. Listless. Here we are going out with a piano and a regular furniture dolly. I only use the piano dolly. Watch the poor weak old man lift the pallet, while his neighbor places the piano dolly. I then pull the pallet away from the curb, and secure my tow strap from a ratcheting load binder. And off I go to do Mr. Listless's job. He could have been $40 richer, and the matter concluded. Gramps pulls up the load in the 95-degree heat, where Mr. Listless could have delivered the pallet. In summary, Mr. Listless truck number 53067. 1. Made no effort to call me. 2. Came to my door but did not knock or ring the bell. 3. Provided no cooperation. 4. Tried to extort more when I offered money for him to extend it a common courtesy, and have that final mile make the smile. In summary, I 1. Waited for contact in silence while working. 2. Came promptly to my door when the doorbell rang. 3. Asked Mr. Listless to bring the pallet around back, telling him he was supposed to call/contact me. 4. Offered to pay Mr. Listless extra to do his job. 5. Told Mr. Listless to suck my dick with his "you have to make it worth my while" responses. 5. Called bullshit on his rationalization. 6. Made an obscene hand gesture as he left. As an ex-vice president of information technology, I didn't expect anything from my employees that I would not do myself. I make things right. I am a videographer and a photographer, and I pay kindness forward by making my own how to fix this videos to show people they can fix their own cars and devices. I gave TForce Logistics an opportunity to respond to a slightly different version of this video 2 weeks ago. I requested they respond in writing. I repeated that request again via their Contact Us form on their webpage a few days ago. I have invested considerable effort to produce this video. It should prove to be informative and helpful to improve TForce's customer service. The measure of any business is not what happens when things go right, but what happens when things go wrong. A modicum of lip service would have prevented this video from being published. I hope this was an isolated incident and the company motto is their usual standard for service. You can decide if using TForce Logistics best represents you and your business. But, I never received any reply about my concerns. A week prior I received a large box from Old Dominion. I knew the big box was unwieldy and when the driver came to the door I insisted helping him unload the box. The driver thanked me for my assistance.